What's up, DBs? Coach D Magic here, former D1 defensive back at the University of Hawaii. We're going to go over some, is it Jonas or Jonas Sanker? He is a safety prospect out of Virginia, went to the NFL Combine, did well. And man, I like his tape because there's so many teach tape reps on here. You'll see like a lot of prospects. It's hard to really teach from their tape when they're just freak athletes. But this guy is doing a lot of things right. A lot of drills that you guys may be doing will make more sense to your athletes by watching his film. And I'm gonna break down everything that he's doing because man, it's like he does everything that you want a safety to do. Make sure you go grab that DB Mastery program. We have safety drills. Like I said, all the drills that are in there are going to make a lot more sense from watching this tape for sure. Safety drills, nickel drills, corner drills, speed and agility, weight training, mental training as well. Make sure you go to thedbnetwork.com. So let's go to the first play. Where are we at? Where is he? Okay, first play. This is just kind of like a simple man-to-man, essentially. Um, so we're outside leverage. We do have number two, who's close out. Let's just say he's close to the tackle. So we have to be aware, especially in the boundary, that he could be working inside, even though we're outside leverage. All right. But one thing that I always teach guys when they're studying film and then that we rep is stemming, is the departure of the receiver. Okay. So he's stemming inside. So he's angling inside. So if he angles inside, we want to shuffle or we want to work laterally. You don't want to gain ground in that situation. So if you can read stems, it can give you a key to what type of route you're getting. So we get the stem inside. I love that he stays lateral initially. All right, it looks like it could be an over route or a shallow mesh. So instead of staying in the shuffle, he's gonna like get to run, but it's just a spot route. Okay. But the key here is that when you're working slot man, as a safety, boundary safety. So if you're a safeties coach, I always teach read the angle, read the stem. We want to shuffle out, shuffle out. All right, this angle kind of to me tells me it looks like more of something like this, but he's patient and he stays square. Boom, as soon as we get the spot route, closing speed, drives right away, knocks the ball down. I love that. So this is more of a curl flat, if you will. So this is great for a cover two corner drill and a curl flat. So curl flat, or if you're buzzing to the flat, okay. We have we're going to work towards the flat. All right, so we're gonna buzz over the flat. We're not looking to get hands on number two. We're buzzing to the flat. So imagine a corner as well. We're shuffling. Okay, we're shuffling to try to get a reroute. Then we're gonna hinge, flip our butt to the sideline. We're gonna pivot with our inside foot and we're going to sink, okay? And we're going to read the shoulder of the quarterback. So if you're doing this in a drill, I have my guys shuffle and then hinge, right? And then they're going to read my shoulders. If my shoulders are high and kind of pointed towards me, then I'm going to continue to gain ground. I'm going to shuffle or I'm going to crossover run like he does here, continue to gain ground. So in cover two, we're taking away the whole shot, or we're taking away the seven cut, curl flat. We're buzzing to the flat. We're flipping our hips and we're gaining ground, playing top down. Um, Once the quarterback shoulders, so watch the quarterback shoulders turn, and then he brings his arm off the ball, long arm of the quarterback. This is what I call it, the long arm of the quarterback. So in the drill, once I turn my shoulders and then my arm comes off the ball, we're midpointing these two, okay, playing top down. Once we get to the flat, we rally to the flat, make a tackle. And then when you do this drill, you either throw them the ball or you have them break down and simulate making an open field tackle. So always have some type of finish element. But man, this is quite literally how the drill looks. Great play. Good angle here. So he's in the middle of the field. He's not gaining ground in the middle field. Uh, most likely because of the formation. So I usually tell my guys, hey, like, don't be flat footed in the middle of the field. You want to gain ground, go backwards. The reason why I assume he's not is because of the personnel. We have 21 personnel, which traditionally means run, which means we have one less receiver threat. So we have a tight end. Number 45 looks like a fullback type. And then we have a running back, right? So most times, like when we're watching film, when I'm scouting teams, whenever they have this, it is usually some type of run. So he stays patient. Okay. We have a good angle on the running back. All right. Track the near hip. Get him down in the open field. So angle tackle. This is what we work on, guys. Angle tackling. All right. Gonna kind of bow. Track that hip. Track that hip. In so many tackle drills, you're tracking the hip. Tracking the hip. All right. You're making open field tackle. Again, really good teach tape. Um, I love this play here. All right. So you're down safety. You're on the edge. Again, this can even be a corner. All right. So this is a tight end. We're watching the block of the tight end. So we're edge setter. So whenever you're whenever you have like curl flat in your description, or if you're a corner and you're the flat, most times just safeties and corners. We're going to be edge setters. All right. So not ideally, but we don't want the ball to get outside of us. So as we're reading that in man in line of scrimmage, he's down blocking. If we down block, we want to kind of pin the hip. We bounce back, but so we don't get to pin the hip. The reason why you don't want to gain ground on a down block is because when you get a puller, you got to take that on. But he does a good job of quickly triggering so we can see the block, see the ball carrier, know that we have to set the edge, keep our outside arm free. We beat the block outside. We get in on the tackle. So many good things, man. On this play, you practice making tackles and punching the ball out. That ball is exposed. All right. He caught the ball, but the play is not over. We make the tackle and we punch, getting the ball out. I don't know if this is a forced fumble or incompletion, but again, these are things that you can practice. We always practice securing the tackle and punching out. Great play. Like, man, this is just great solid tape. All right. Quarters, okay? Everyone's going to play quarters. You want to stay inside of number two. All right. You're about 10 yards inside of number two. As we read runner pass, all right, we got the quarterback dropping back. He's not giving any type of fake to the running back. We got the uncovered guy. They're all in pass protection. All right, so we should flip our eyes to number two, staying inside. And a lot of coaches are teaching to scooch out first because we have 10 yards of distance. Scooch to a pedal. But he's going to stay inside of number two. Scooch. All right, number two tries to bend in. I would love for our linebacker to work and try to get a jam on him, but a wall on him. That would definitely help us here, but we don't. But good job staying inside, scooching. All right, drive. We're upfield shoulder of the receiver. We punch the ball out. Again, dude, that's like, man, it's so simple, but it's teach tape. On this play, so we are sending, it looks like a trap corner. So trap corner, if it were to run, we can get him in the run fit right away. But as a safety, if you're replacing trap corner or any type of cover two situation where the corner's down, you got to replace over the top. All right, so he does a good job of getting over the top. We understand that if that quarterback throws the ball, we got to close space so we feel the departure of number one. We can see the quarterback. We take that throw away, right? But we don't settle. As the quarterback readjusts his shoulders, or as we're still reading him in that lead shoulder, he readjusts. Now he has a high lead shoulder, and he's looking to the middle of the field. We come off our guy, and we get back to the middle of the field, and we get an interception. Again, guys, we do this drill, and this is in the DB Mastery program. Crossover run, backpedal, flip your hips, 135, and go get the ball. And that's a day one DB drill. This is an amazing play. Amazing play. All right, but again, it is simpler. Like I'm trying to make it simple because all the things that we do, not only in the DB Mastery program that you guys are doing in Indy in drills, it's good to show your players not just high school film, but college film. This is the level you want to be at. These are the drills we're doing. This is why we're doing this drill every day, Johnny. because it shows up in the game. This is just, being an athlete. Not really being an athlete. We're just, following our man, jet sweep, tracking it inside out, near hip, near hip, near hip. Go make a tackle. And then we'll end it on this one. I really, really like this clip right here. I really, really like this clip right here. Cheat technique. So tempo in the quarterback. There's so many ways to say it. Like I watched a video on Kirby Smart, and then I watched the head coach for Georgia Bulldogs, and then I watched the video, the safeties coach for Texas. They called it something different, but it's the same situation, right? So a lot of times when you're middle of the field, you're just gonna run to the middle of the field and backpedal no matter what. But with RPO and wanting to have an extra hat in the run game, they're tempoing the quarterback. Okay, so once we get this RPO right, we're not just going to run to the middle of the field. We're either going to shuffle out or we're essentially going to be slow out, and that's usually in a shuffle. Slow out, but we're still gaining ground. All right, no matter what, as a middle field safety, okay, unless like it's a heavy formation and you're just going to get depth and be flat-footed because we're expecting run. No matter what, you should be gaining ground. You should be moving backwards. But instead of gaining 10 yards no matter what and putting ourselves out of position, we're going to shuffle out on this RPO. Now, as he hands that ball off, we can be an extra fitter, extra hat in the run game. If we were to be in a crossover run backpedal, we'd probably be 10 yards, at least 7 yards deeper than what we are, and I don't think we're able to come out and make this tackle. We probably do, but he probably gets a lot more yardage. So, man, I really like Jonas. I'm going to say Jonas Sanker out of Virginia. Puts a lot of solid things on tape, things that show up in drills, things that you guys can learn from. Just a solid safety. All right. Again, make sure you go to thedbnetwork.com. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. If you have any suggestions on any guys in the draft, make sure you drop it in the comment box.